when you're a mother, I don't think that I'm just a mother just to mine. I'm a mother to all kids I encounter, run across, interact with. That's just who I am. So when I come around men who says they have children and their children are never included in any of the activities that we do, if you're only dating me, if the only way that you can come out with me is on adult only dates, only at a bar, only when there's liquor involved, to me, you're not taking, this isn't a serious relationship. So I'm not taking I'm not taking anything you say or do seriously. Um, if I know you have kids and I know that you're spending more time with me than you are your children, every weekend you're hanging around me or hanging around me and mine, but you're not interacting with your own, I'm gonna question that. And I don't like those I've heard it all, I don't get along with the baby mama. She's keeping my kids away from me. I don't, there's no excuse in the world except death that a man should not be involved in the child's life. And that goes for women too, parents. There's nothing but death that should stop you from being with your child. And that's that. I don't care what kind of tumultuous relationship you guys have. You guys decided to have that kid. That child is here in this world. You guys are going to have to work it out. And if you can't work it out between the two of you, which I think is the best way to do it, then you're going to have to involve the courts, which I don't particularly like doing. I that is like a last resort. If all else fails, you have to do what you got to do. You know, when I hear she won't let me see my kid, well, if you continue to have conversations and open up dialect and try to find some kind of means to see your child and she is still unwilling to let you see your child, there's the court. You walk your butt in there, you file your paperwork, you go to the judge, you tell them that you want visitation rights. It's not hard. It's just there. You just do it. You do it because that's your child. So that means you lazy. You too lazy to take care of your kids. So for me, I don't need anybody lazy around me. That means you're going to be lazy in my relationship. And I'm not trying to get past old or outdated or outsourced piece of spirit, because that's what it is to me. It's outdated, it's outsourced, it needs to be upgraded, it needs to be rebooted, it needs to be fine-tuned. You're out of sync with me, and that's how I feel. That's how I go through this. And I'm like, some people be like, oh, it's not anybody's place to do that. Yeah, it is. It's your place. If that person is coming, the person who has the most to say or is in that position is the person that you're with. So if you want to come and lay in my bed and be in my presence and be around my children, then I expect you to be on your game, because I can't have anybody coming up here messing with my kids' energy. If this is who I am and this is how I'm raising my kids to be, then why would I bring a man around my children that don't respect family, that doesn't take care of their own kids? I don't, people get mad. Like, I love it when I'm talking to somebody on the phone and they be like, oh, hold on, my kid calling me. That means that child is more important than me. That's the way it's supposed to be. That's his blood. That's his blood. I'll never get in the middle of between any man and a child. Never. In balance. Because I've heard some that goes too far, but I mean, I can't put a price on the love that a parent has on a child. You're just going to have to learn to blend in so that if he spends a lot of time with his kid, then you're going to have to be doing a lot of things with him and his kid. And that's just how it's going to be. But a lot of people, they want too much of their own time. I like my private time. I understand, wanting to go out for dinner or, for a movie. I get that. But, there are going to have to be dates where you're going to go to the zoo, where you're going to go to Chuck E. Cheese or Safari Land or something like that, some other kid-friendly place. What is that, Dave and Buster's, any of that. All dates can't just be you and that person. And when you're dealing with people with children, you have to respect the fact that these kids are in it. So if you're with somebody and you don't see their children around, I mean, after a reasonable amount of time, I'm not talking about on day one, I'm talking about after a reasonable amount of time, and you've all established that you guys are in a thriving relationship, those kids should be involved. If you're not seeing kids, there's a problem. And that needs to be addressed immediately. If they're not spending time with their kids and you know they have kids and they're not spending time with their kids, you got a problem immediately. Rectify it. Figure it out. Why are your kids not around? Why I don't see you going around your kids? What, you a telephone dad? When the last time you seen your kid? Those are questions you're supposed to ask. Where's your kids? Why you don't ever have your kids? Oh, you talk to them on the phone. Well, when did you see your kids? Oh, you don't see your kids. I don't do telephone dads either. Telephone dad is just one skip away from being a deadbeat dad because they're not there to emotionally satisfy that kid. You can't sit up there and discipline and love and nurture a child over the phone. I mean, I can understand if you live in another state or stuff like that, or overseas, like in the military. I get that. I'm talking about the ones that live in the same state with their child, but don't take the time to go and see the kids. I don't get that. The drop by every 4 or 5 month dad. No. You guys are dangling real close to deadbeatish. That's deadbeatishness that y'all got going on. And y'all need to stop. And the women that are with men like that, don't sit up there and think because he's taking care of your kids and he's not taking care of all the other kids out there means that he's a good dad to your kid. No, because as soon as something happens with you all and he skip on to the next girl and have kids with her, that's going to be you. You're going to be reaping what you sowed because you didn't make him man up. And then what? You mad? Because now he's treating your child the same way he did his previous children. That right there was your red flag. If he ain't taking care of those, as soon as he's not with you, he's not taking care of yours either. So stop it. Make that man take care of his kids. Question him. Make him go see his kids. You can do that. He lives with you. If he loves you and you come to him like a woman and be on your woman and your motherhood, he can't do nothing but respect that. I never had anybody who sat up there and said they left me because I questioned their kids. I made them man up. Their women thanked me. I'm always like, I don't have a lot of women that hate me because I'm going to make that man step up. If you got a kid, I'm going to be like, where's your kid? You don't got to spend time with me. Go spend time with your kid. Go and take your kid to the park. Go and take your kid to the zoo. Do something with your child. I'll see you later. That's how I am. And that's how a lot of women need to be. They so worried about who he gonna be fucking, and they're messing it up for the kids out here. And now all these kids are coming around out here without their dads. Let these men be dads. And that's it. Women, start being real women, real mothers, mothers of all, not just mothers of yours, because you never know when that's going to come around. That might be that mother that will be helping out your child. If we all are doing what we're supposed to be as the women and the mothers and the nurturers of the earth, we wouldn't have all of this stuff going on out here because we would be looking out for each other's kids. That's the way it was always been. That's why they say it takes a tribe to raise a child. We lost our tribe because everybody's trying to be on their own, putting their cape on. I could do it by myself. You didn't need to. You didn't need to. If everybody treat everything, all kids, the same, make these men man up and it would be a lot easier for you. I used to, if my baby daddies didn't have a place, like they had I have two fathers. So one, if he would come over and he didn't have anywhere to take his kids, via financial or something like that, and he wanted all his kids to come by, I had no problem with him coming by the house and let them all sit there together and play and bake cookies or do something. I would give him my house. Do what you want to do. Y'all want to go eat breakfast? Do it. Y'all want to bake some cookies? Go to the store, go get you some cookie mix, bake some cookies, have some fun. Because that's what it's all about. You're creating those memories for them. It doesn't matter who is providing, as long as you're allowing them to have the memories. Be a dad. And that's it. That's all you got to do. And sometimes we get out of our feelings because we're like, oh, well, he with her. Who cares? That's got nothing to do with the kids. And that's what I think people tend to get real stuck on, is who they with now. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who they're with now. Let the man be the father. Do your part to make it easier for this man to parent and spend time with his children. All of them. Not just yours, all of them. Make sure he spends time with those kids. You know, do whatever it is that you can do to make it easier for him. If that means the kids could come over there, let the kids come over. It ain't hurting nobody. And those other mothers, let that man be. If he wants to bring the kids over to where he's at, as long as those kids are in a safe environment, let them. Stop letting your pettiness and her pettiness get in the middle of brother and sister shit. Sister and sister shit. Because y'all can't get along. Y'all don't want to get along. Y'all letting dick get between your children, family. And that ain't right. That's not right. What has that got to do with them? And that's what it's just sad to see it time and time and time again, because we birth these kids and then we fuck up their lives because you get stuck in your own ego, your own pride. And then you just don't even realize that you hurting your kids more than you helping them. You try to do everything by yourself. You didn't have to do it all by yourself. If you had approached it in a different way, in a different manner, you know, and just you know, I'm just speaking the way I see it. I'm trying not to curse. That's the only thing I'm trying not to do, is try not to curse. But, you know, I just see a lot of it out here, and we're going to have to change that because, you know, things is getting ready to change, like it or not, ready or not, and you're going to need to resort to your villages, and all of y'all villages is all fucked up. So man up, women up, link up, get it together. There's weekends when one don't work, y'all could link up. One weekend, if you're working one weekend and she's not working the weekend, she can watch your kids for you. And that way the brothers and sisters are together. And you can go work. You have resources, but y'all don't utilize them because y'all too busy beefing and angry. Let that go. Let that go. That man left you. That was a blessing because you don't want somebody that don't want to be with you anyway. So why are we mad? It's okay. Let it go. That's been my blessing and my curse, because I've always just known to just let it go. Oh, you don't want to? Oh, bye. And they be like, wow, she got over that real quick. You damn right. Why would I want to be crying and messed up over someone that didn't want to be with me? Thank you for letting me know. Now I can move my ass on. You know? And that's just how life is supposed to be. But we make it harder than it has to. Just let it go. You don't need to resonate all of that in your spirit and in your soul, you know. It's just it's unnatural. That's why we're getting sick, and ulcers and cancer and all these autoimmune diseases, because we're making life way harder than it was ever intended. We were supposed to be in villages. Women were supposed to be raising these kids together. That was the way life was meant and intended. But now we're deciding, oh, well, we want to do everything on ourselves. We weren't built like that. We weren't made for that. And that's why we have all of this stuff going on. And I'm not going to keep this going. I see I'm at 15, a little past 15. I'm going to let it go here. I'm going to go back in. I'm going to make me some candles and some soap. And I hope y'all have a blessed day. And please be kind.